Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Kelly. I have a counseling appointment set up for today.
Hello, Kelly. I will get your counselor. Give me a second. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey there.
Hi Kelly, how are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, so pretty good. How about yourself? So, let's get started with today's session. How are things going with you today?
They're going alright. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my roommate though.
Okay, what's going on with your roommate?
Well, my roommate Katie, who I chose to be roommates with because we were friends in high school. We knew we were both coming here. We decided to room together. Neither of us really went out at all in the first semester. And when we came back from winter break, Katie was going out excessively, which is fine. That's her decision. But she's drinking in excess to a point where she comes back and is extremely belligerent. In ways where she'll start, just trying to pull me out of bed, try to pick fights with me. And if I'm not sleeping and I'm up doing homework when she comes back, it's basically impossible to get anything done, just because of the way she's acting. And as much as I want to get away from all that and everything else, she is my friend, and like I said, we came in here together, and I feel a little bit responsible about the way she's acting because, I do know her, and it's just making me feel a little bit sad and depressed about it because I feel like, I'm accountable for the way she acts as well because I am her roommate and her friend. But just a lot of stuff going on, and I don't really know how to deal with it all.
Okay, I see the situation. I can understand it's a very hard one. First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming in. That's one of the biggest steps that you could do as a friend to help her out is you admitting that she has a problem and you're trying to help her out. And by you coming to the session today, and like you've been for the past couple of weeks, that tells a lot about your personality. It tells that you care about her and you're trying to help yourself out in the situation that you're going here. So let me just get to some points from here. So you feel this way because your roommate and you have some type of previous friendship, so you feel bad because if it wouldn't have been for you guys living together, maybe she would have been going out as much, or why do you feel that way?
Right, I just feel like because, it would be one thing if I just met her when we were roommates and I didn't know her as well, but I do know her well and have known her well, and I don't, I guess, understand what's going on with her. She hasn't really said anything that's made her do this, but now it's really affecting my life and what I'm doing as well, and I don't want our friendship to be ruined because of, what's been going on in the last few weeks.
So what I hear you saying is that because of the choices Katie is making, they're affecting you and you're tired and depressed. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just feel ultimately something needs to be done, and I don't know what, and that's really kind of what's bothering me. I don't really know how to go forward from here, so I'd like, to have some options here.
Okay, great. Well, Kelly, what we're going to do now, we're going to go over some of the options that you could do with your roommate Katie so you guys could solve the conflict at hand.
Okay.
One of the things that I see that you two could benefit from is talking to your CA, explaining to your CA what's going on, and maybe your CA could create some type of mediation between both of you to help resolve the problem at hand.
Okay. I think that's a good approach. I also really don't want Katie to feel blindsided. Like I said, we have a previous relationship, and I really struggled with how I can approach her and say something about it. So is there any way that you feel would be the most practical and understanding for her and I? I just need a way that I can talk to her.
Based on what you told me, another suggestion I can give you is that next time that she comes in and she's being belligerent with you or she's pulling out of your bed and she wants to get up, is even though it's going to be hard for you, but to better help her out, is you get up and you explain to her what you're feeling. You explain to her why you don't want her to be going out because it disturbs not only her academic standing, but it also affects you because now you're being affected by it because by her going out, it's affecting your lack of sleep and then therefore you're not doing your as well as you can.
Yeah, I understand that. No, if she were to get confrontational with me, like I said, like she's been belligerent in the past and is going kind of like, you know, picking fights and things like that. Is there something that we can do? Maybe if the CA option doesn't work, and if me talking to her doesn't work, like what would be the next step? What can we do after that? Can we both come see you or someone else?
That's the next thing I was going to tell you. If you don't feel comfortable talking to your CA because you don't want to get the university involved, you guys can always come in and do a joint session with me. The only thing she would have to do is, once you figure out that you want to come and you want to do a joint session, is that she will do the assessment that we did earlier when you first started, and we go from there. So that's another option I could give you is you guys come in here, and if you talking to her alone doesn't work out, she acts more belligerent, she's doing more stuff that's affecting your life, well then the next point will be that we meet together as a group, the three of us, and we talk to her and we see what's going on with her, and a joint session would definitely get the job done.
Okay. I see a lot of value in that, and I think that might be a really good option, but obviously, like, I want to try the other steps first.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a game plan for you. So what we're going to do from now on is, thing number one is we're going to talk to her next time that she goes in belligerent. Let me write this down for you. Okay, if that doesn't work out and she continues doing it, I suggest you talk to your CA first. If you do not feel comfortable at all talking to your CA because, like you said, you don't want her to be blindsided by it, then next thing that we do is you give her my information and we go from there. We could assess her. Once we assess her, we could get started doing some type of counseling with her, and you guys could probably even benefit from doing more than one session together. So having more than one session, so coming in once a week for an hour like me and you have been doing for the past 3 weeks. Does that work for you? Do you think she'll be okay with that?
You know, I don't think she'd be opposed to it. Obviously, I mean, after my break, she's been dealing with some stuff, so I feel like maybe it's a necessary step for her and I both to take. And I think because we're friends, she'll respect, you know, my opinion enough to want to take the step. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely think I'm going to approach her about it and just discuss it.
Okay, so what we're going to, like I said, we created your conflict resolution first, and we've determined what we both believe that will be the best options to better your living situation. Since you've been saying for the past couple of sessions that you don't just want to move out of with her and you guys want to continue being roommates because of your past friendship.
Right.
So to better both of your relationships, I believe that once we get started and you have a conversation with her and that goes well, tell her at the end of the conversation, I believe it'll be best if we have a joint session for counseling, and from there we could move forward. I believe that with working with her, the cognitive behavioral theory will work best for her.
Okay.
So,
And I'm not really familiar with all of that, and it seems like just big words to me. So, like, what does that mean?
So the cognitive behavioral theory just focuses on self-control behavior issues as well as feeling and motivation drives that others might have that cause them to do the actions they're doing. So a perfect example is, like you said, between you and Katie, there might be a background reason to why she is acting the way she's acting. It might be something that's going on at home that's making her be the way she's doing. So that's why this theory will be the best for her, because we can get down to the problem of why she's feeling the way she's feeling. And that's the great part about this approach, is that we're not making her feel bad about herself. It's just that we're bringing the issue that's making her do these actions to the surface.
Okay, I understand that. Is there any other sort of resources that I should be aware of, or?
Yes, we have lots of different resources here. I have actually some pamphlets here for you to give you. This pamphlet right here, it just talks a little bit more about the counseling center here in the university. It has my information right here,
Oh,
and it
okay.
tells you some of the services that we give. And this one right here is for legal services in case that she ever does something after, maybe let's say that you have a confidential between you and her when she comes home, that she's
Right,
belligerent with you,
right,
she does
something.
something. This legal services right here, so if it were to get to this point, you could use this pamphlet. And this one right here is more just about the theories that we could talk about. You could read them right here and let me know which ones you believe we would help her out, help you out as well.
Okay.
If you don't believe that the one I want to work with is going to do the job, well then we could definitely talk
Consult
about
other
yes.
options.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Do you have any other questions?
No, not offhand. I just, I'm really happy that I feel like that we have a game plan and a program set in place, because I definitely I'm getting really worried about the situation at hand, but now I have a little bit more peace of mind. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to let you go with this conflict resolution plan.
Thank you.
And if you ever have any questions or anything, you have my number, it's right there. Just let me know and I'll be glad to help you out.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much for coming in,
Thank
Kelly.
you so much. We'll see you
Have a
next
good-
week.
See you next week.